You're listening to the Loungtastic podcast.
News, entertainment.
Loungtastic.
Lounge it up.
Lounge it up, relax. To follow us on social media, head over to loungtastic.com. And for more about shows as they air and to see bonus episodes, become a premium member over at Patreon/Loungtastic. That's Patreon/Loungtastic. Hey everyone, happy holidays. Welcome to Loungtastic, a show that's all about amusing the world. A show that's about all that's amusing in the world.
Like a show that's all about the amusing in the world.
News, entertainment, and more. I'm Mila from Loungtastic.com. Joining me is the man who loves to make you laugh from Loungtastic.com, Lawrence Hurstel.
I'm here with Mila-tastic.
What we hope to do is to entertain you and have you coming back for more.
I'm here with Mila-tastic, and she's here bringing about our 41st podcast number 41.
Hi, I'm Mila Z. Nice to meet you.
And where are you from, Mila Z?
I'm from Glen Ellen.
What is the most exciting thing to do in Glen Ellen?
Look at the $1 million mansions and walk my dog.
Yeah, she's too extreme. You might have to lounge in your chair a little bit more. The extreme level just hit you hard. So who are the characters on this show?
Captain Sandy Yawn, she's the captain of the ship. And then Hannah, she's the head mistress. Adam is the chef. Colin is the bosun nervous guy because he likes Hannah. And Brooke's the brunette. Casey is blonde, and she's a whiny baby because she pukes. Zhao is the senior deckhand. This is the third season of Below Deck. It was a little on the slow side, but the location is amazing. Ithia, Italy is breathtaking. And yeah, it's so fun to watch their excursions. Casey was looking sick at the beginning.
So they're finishing up dinner, and they got this Great Gatsby themed dinner going on.
Yeah.
And of course, Honey is kind of being
And the
weird
guests
about
that
stuff.
complained about the food really got on my nerves.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if I could live on a boat with this many irritating people. My favorite dish was the tuna tartare with caviar. Interesting, he said, guests, these are the reason I live in a van. I'm perfectly happy with nothing.
You see Brooke, and she's kind of like, what are we, pizzas? So they have to order pizzas because the Chef Adam, didn't have enough time to make pizzas for... Chef Adam did not have enough time to make food for the crew because the timing of the dinner for the guests was so constricting for him. Because he's expecting the normal dinner time of, for example, 6 o'clock at night. Yeah. Well, they decided to clown around until 9.
They order fries, and Adam says, Big Mac is on the way. Hannah lights firecrackers. Oh, no, firecracker candles because the guests wanted it. Captain Sandy... What the fuck, Hannah? You're going to burn the ship down. The ship is the dinghy. The banana. God, I love that banana.
God, I love that banana.
God, I love that banana.
You're doing really well.
Okay, I need you efficient. Hannah's mother, Captain. Sandy says. I need a burger for my bun. I need a bun for my burger. They didn't know what's vegan or what's kosher. And address, I need a burger. I need a bun for my burger. They don't know what's vegan or what's kosher. They don't know what's vegan or kosher. And addresses it. Small ass hot tub. I want club soda. Give me a strawberry milkshake and a straw and whipped cream right now. Shabbat shalab for you, says Adam.
Shabbat shalom for you.
Shabbat shalab for you. Fish and meat for the normal people. Grilled tofu for the veganites. Are shells Jewish? Casey asks. Casey puts Hannah's expensive clothes in the dryer. Hannah says, fuck my life for a third time. Prosidia, Italy. Yeah.
And he looks disheveled, like maybe he got in a nap and then they woke him up and said, hey, they want to eat now.
Yeah.
And so he gets up and says, oh man, so I can whip up some stuff for the guests, but I'm not going to have enough time to do anything for everyone else. So they've got this long list of things that they're eating here. They're eating steaks and they're eating veggies and local sea bass.
Right.
So what else do you observe in this episode?
There's a lot of rich snobby people who don't really know what they want.
So it's kind of cool. He's cutting up a potato. See how he cut those fries? Yeah. That takes a long time usually, but he was hustling. He chopped them up by hand, deep fried them, threw just the right amount of salt and parsley in there.
Rosemary as well.
And rosemary in there, and he's got a perfect homemade fries. And none of those fries are burned, too. I noticed that. That was kind of a weird thing I noticed is that, if I make potatoes. I used to fry potatoes. There's always like little brown ones at the bottom who are burned. Or if you go to fast food, there's always like the brown ones at the bottom that are overcooked.
They're always burning the fries everywhere. But the other thing is that they're making a strawberry cake for somebody, and that's really special. So,
isn't that special? I like that strawberry cake. They put it out there and they had the puree. Hannah brought it out there and they're getting Instagram selfies with it. And then she's complaining about the candles not lighting. Hannah's like, the wind's too strong. And then the girl says, hey, what about the sparkler, the firecracker candles? And so Hannah runs out there and runs back in and says, I know just the thing. So she runs out and grabs these things. She doesn't realize that these are like sticks of dynamite and they're emitting a smoke in the air because that's what those sparkler candle things do.
Yeah,
she's walking around the boat in it, and then all of a sudden the smoke alarms go off. Casey rolls over and says, "Oh my God, you're ruining my beauty sleep." Joe is like, "I don't know what that sound is," and everyone looks disheveled. Conrad sleeps right through it. I thought that was funny. Sandy runs out, and she's like, "Oh my God, what's going on there? Hey, there's smoke and there's alarms. Yo. Hey, where's the engineer? Turn it off." And then she says, "I'm not having it. I'm in bed. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to enjoy a nice night alone." And all of a sudden, the alarms went off. Hannah, what are you doing there, Hannah? Why you got dynamites? So they're partying. So she pulls Hannah over. She says, "Hannah, what are you doing?" And Hannah's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was going to emit that kind of smoke." And Captain Sandy says, "No, you fucking moron." Captain Sandy says,
really didn't know.
Captain Sandy says, "No, you moron. You can't light things on the boat, don't you know? You can't do it." And while Hannah's taking a reaming, they got audio from the guests saying, "Oh, Hannah's getting it. Hannah's getting it from Sandy." So Hannah's really sad, and Hannah's just trying to entertain them. And it's a tier of service that I'm not familiar with, is dealing with people who are intentionally trying to mess you up. These are low-class people that somehow that one of them got some money together somehow through an inheritance or some random occurrence, and they're on this boat and they're taking advantage of the one shot at luxury they'll ever have. And it just shows the low class they have by being disrespectful and classless towards the people working hard for them on the ship.
To Hannah, are the croutons cooked in butter? ? I must eat vegan. Local sea bass. Sandy says, he had a nap. You haven't had a nap. Hannah, I hate these freaking people. The steaks are cold, Adam. Brooke is sad that she's missing her sister's wedding to work on this ship. So at the tip meeting, Hannah is really concerned.
So the next day happens, and they're out at sea, and they're cleaning up the ship, getting it ready for the guests. It looks like their day starts at 6:15, which isn't too bad. That's not bad. When I was in the military, we started our day at 3:15. They're washing the decks down. Super Mario! He's cool. I forgot his name. He's like one of the guys on these reality shows that kind of dips into the background. If he's not dating somebody, he just kind of dips in the background and does his own little thing and says, "Oh, I'm not in the main picture here. I guess I'll just kind of wash the deck and disappear." Even though he's got some wisecracks, like every once in a while he'll crack a really good one-liner. Like he was talking to the Cinnabon. I found that humorous how he was like, "Hello there. What brought you into my kitchen today?" And he was like seducing the Cinnabon.
I agree. And then there's like a sapphire princess, and she's trying to make like some kind of Bloody Mary drinks, but I don't really know if she knows what she's doing.
Why do you think that?
She put like 10 tons of ice in the drink, so it doesn't look like it's good.
I think you're right. What do you think of Honey, the primary charter guest?
She's very well educated, and she seems very sweet. But she definitely knows what she likes to drink, because like they made her drink wrong, so she had to request a new one.
So below deck, we have the preview scene coming up here where they're like, coming up on Below Deck. And what they've done for all these seasons, there's probably been a total of, if you combine both Mediterranean and Med, there's probably been about 9 seasons altogether of this show. They always show the tip handoff from the primary charter guest to the captain, and they make it look like they're getting a crappy tip. Well, turns out this is the first time they actually did get a crappy tip. We always see Adam doing culinary things, chopping potatoes and fruits and everything, and getting the bacon and eggs ready. And although it looks like he's doing a lot of work, it seems like if I had to take a position on a ship, I think that the kitchen would probably be best for me for the structure. And with me, I can totally relate to Adam saying that he's irritated by the communication. Or Hannah's telling Adam what looks good, what the guests want and everything, and it's just not getting through. It's either just not getting through or they're being demanding, and it looks like they might be doing that on purpose just to kind of throw everybody off.
Yeah, and if I had to relate to someone, it'd probably be Hannah, because she's the head mistress, and she knows exactly what she's doing, and she's smart, but also friendly. She tells the crew members what they need to do, and they actually listen to her, which is pretty cool.
Would you like to be a headmistress one day?
That would be a pretty good position for me.
Oh, man. So then we see them getting ready, and they have this K-cup thing. The weird thing about the K-cup thing above the sink is that they're all empty K-cups. And it's weird because I don't know where that arose from. It almost seems like it's one of these weird bet things where it's like, hey, I bet if we put a K-cup disposal rack up on the wall, nobody would use it. And the other guy was like, no, I think it's actually something someone would buy. Yeah. They put it on Amazon for $20, and someone comes by and like, oh, I need that. I always wanted somewhere to dispose my K-cups rather than the landfill. Italy is so beautiful. It's just such a nice place. And Zhao is calming down now. In the first couple episodes, he was very aggressive, and especially when he drinks, the Jabrowski guy comes out, and he is unhinged, to say the least. So what we have here, the other thing about Conrad is he's trying to work here with people on the deck to get the anchor down, and it doesn't seem like he's completely focused. And Captain Sandy says, oh, Conrad, what's wrong? There's something on your mind? Do you need another nap? When I need some time to rest, I always take a nap. Naps are my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely working really hard, so they have to sleep every single day for 4 hours. So, yeah, but the view's awesome, and just looking at the beautiful blue water and enjoying Italy, that's pretty cool. But Hannah's always just so upset. So I'm not really sure why she's the head mistress at the same time.
Well, she earned that position.
Okay. Because every single day she says, fuck my life, so...
Oh, yeah, because that's her catchphrase, because she's like, hello, I'm glad to serve you. What else can I get you? And they're like, well, actually, unrest your bitchy resting face for me. And she's like, absolutely. And then she walks away, clip, 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 clip. Fucking morons. Fuck my life.
Okay, now I get it. Yeah, this is definitely a great show. I mean, whoever wants to tune in, you're missing out if you don't watch this. And it's pretty much 3 days in paradise.
Well, it's a lot of work. They work hard. They work 18 to 22 hours a day, and then when the guests finally leave after a few days, they get to go out and party, and they have got extra money in their pockets. I try to do the math, and when they get good tips, they make about $100 an hour when all is said and done with their yachting salary plus the tip money. Is about it amounts to about 18 hours of work a day, but it's $100 an hour they're getting. I mean when the whole season's over. So Nadine Rajabi is a producer of the show here, and she posted yesterday that they don't get extra money to be on the show, but they do in fact get more money based on their seniority, and the tip money gets spread out equally amongst everyone. So there's 8 people altogether, so it gets split amongst everyone, including the captain. Captain Sandy helped. See, Captain Lee barely did any help in the preceding seasons. He would push buttons, but Captain Sandy is hands-on. She gets a lot of respect as far as I'm concerned. She's a people person. Captain Lee is all classical management style. She reminisces about a time when these pirates attacked her yacht because they went out, to the ocean. She probably was near Africa at the time, and they were out there, and Captain Sandy had to fend off pirates while at the same time trying to prevent somebody from killing themselves.
Oh, wow.
And because one of the crew members was trying to jump off the ship in a way that would have killed him. I don't know how that is, but maybe he was trying to hang himself, whatever. But then the Coast Guard had to come in. She has to send off an emergency distress signal and have them help them in the ship. What they do is, when the alarm went off, Captain Sandy's like, oh no, memories! Damn you, Johnny Depp! damn you to hell.
Captain Sandy is definitely the best captain that this ship has ever had. I've been watching this show for 4 years now. It's mind-blowing. I mean, there's just so many people on this ship, and at the same time, they have a great, they enjoy each other's company, and they just have a great time, like, relaxing and just totally, chilling and lounging every day.
Exactly, yeah. What else can we say about what's happening here? So they get the water toys out, and, of course they're demanding. They're like, yeah, we want... Well, it's pushed upon them. They're like, yeah, we'll get the water toys out for you. This happens every single charter season is they get all the water toys out, and then the guests just end up sitting on one thing or in either the outdoor hot tub thing or the net thing that keeps the sharks away. All that work, it takes a lot of work to get all those jet skis, and they have 2 little submarines that you could play in. There's a red one and a yellow one. Sometimes they get all those toys out and the guests don't even use them. So in this case, you're looking at them all sitting in one hot tub that looks like it's got a maximum persons of 5 and there's 7 people.
Yeah.
And that thing could pop, which would be hilarious. And they even have a kayak. So they're throwing all these toys overboard for them to play with. And of course, after all that muscular endurance,
right,
the people are like, yeah, we don't care about the kayak. Why would we ride a kayak? We got the yacht.
Exactly. I mean, like what Lauren just said, I mean, I can't really explain it any better than that, but pretty much they're having the time of their lives and just living it up every single day of like the 3 days. It's pretty awesome. Like they're just enjoying the view, totally relaxing. That's what, like most of America should be doing.
I agree.
Pretty much everybody. Just trying to take it easy every day.
100%, yeah. People need to relax more. People need to lounge it up.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely watch the show. It'll change your life. So
how will it change my life?
Just make you a happier person overall, and you get to meet like different crew members, and like Brooke and Casey and Colin, and just pretty much see who the captain of the ship is, and just explore a new reality.
That is Italy, yeah. So the 3rd season of Below Deck was on the slow side, but where they're at is amazing. Italy is so nice. We saw Casey being sick on the first episode, which was strange for someone in the yachting industry to be sick on a boat. And we had those first few guests, which we thought were at the peak of annoying, but we were definitely shocked that these new guests were absolutely the worst. It just keeps getting worse and worse for guests. Yeah, I don't know if I could live on a boat with this many irritating people either.
Yeah, I tried, but I don't know. I'd try to live there with them, but I'd probably get off the boat in about 30 days, knowing me.
About 30 days?
Yeah, or 20 to 25. It just depends.
What about 18?
I don't know about 18. All right, maybe 18 to 20.
What about 14?
14 sounds better to me.
What about 13?
No. I'll go with the number 20.
How about 22?
No, 22 won't work.
So the guests didn't tell Chef Adam when they wanted dinner, so he took a little napsy, and so around 9 o'clock at night, Adam got shaken up out of bed, and he's like, okay, I'll make this. So he made some steaks, and he made some local sea bass, and since he didn't have enough time to make food for everybody, they ended up just getting pizzas from the Little Caesars version in Italy. It was like little La Homies.
Yeah.
And
something like that, little La Homie pizza.
Instead of free breadsticks, they give you portobello mushroom cuts.
Yeah, it looks pretty tasty, but at the same time, they were just like really tired, so they didn't want the dinner from the ship. So
Hannah lit the firecracker candles because the guests wanted it. Now, what firecracker candles are is like a really douchey way of getting attention for yourself at a nightclub or a restaurant when everyone else is kind of doing their thing, dancing or leaning against poles or talking to the bartender. The people who have extra money laying around will pay $1,500 for a $29 bottle of Goose.
Yeah.
But they'll get the firecracker candles on it because it draws attention to them. These scantily clad girls are holding these liquor bottles over their head, and it's a way to say, hey, I've got money to burn. And and 3 or 4 girls with bottles with sparklers on top bring these bottles to your table in a bottle service. You sit there and they pour it for you and you drink and you're like, wow, I feel special. I feel wonderful. This is great. If only I could get Melania to do it.
Yeah, it definitely happens to me all the time. Like, I went to like about 30 nightclubs in the last like 3 years. And all they do is just bring like those firecracker candles out, and then they have about 6 girls carry them or something like that.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice for people who seek attention, who are dying to have fame.
Are you calling yourself an attention whore?
Not really. I get the attention even if I don't want it. But yeah, I mean it's cool. It's a nice way to celebrate in the nightclub with firecrackers.
Yeah. So who brings you to the nightclub?
I don't know. I usually go with my girlfriends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and your girlfriends know people?
They know a lot of people.
They're in with the in?
They have connections.
Nice. So Captain Sandy is horrified. What the fuck, Hannah? Let's see, how does she sound? What's her accent again? What the fuck, Hannah? You're gonna burn the whole damn ship down. The ship, the dinghy, the banana? God, I love that banana. You might bring down the yacht, but you don't bring down that damn banana. That banana is my favorite banana of all.
I do.
You know Gwen Stefani?
I met her last year.
She knows the best type of lyrics. BANANANAS.
Right. She has the rich girl song too that I love. It's good.
Na 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 na.
If I was a rich girl, na 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 na. Yeah, that one.
Keep going,
Yeah,
go
I'm not
there.
gonna. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna sing it. You could obviously get it off YouTube.
Yeah, but it brings me so much joy to hear you sing it.
No comment.
So Hannah's like, oh, I'm very sorry, it won't happen again. And Captain Sandy says, no, it's not, it won't happen again. It's never going to happen again.
I remember that part. It was so intense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess she should listen to her captain. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if she wants to lose her job, she doesn't have to.
The next day, the captain says, you know, I was a little hard on Hannah there, but I guarantee she'll never light anything ever again. They asked her to host a party and to keep it lit. She said, no, I don't light things. The Captain Sandy told me way back in 2018 not to light anything. And let me tell you, they're going to ask her to light a candle for a birthday party. She's going to say no.
I agree. I mean, you never know what Hannah's going to do next, but at the same time, she probably won't do it again just because that's like supposedly her mother captain of the ship. I mean,
Have you ever tried paddleboarding?
I have not actually.
It's a lot harder than it looks, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy.
I'd love to try it. I need to go to the Caribbean this year so I could try it.
Aqua Glide. They're all in this hot tub out in the water, and they suddenly want glass. And I remember when I saw that scene where they're handing them glass, something was wrong about that. I can't exactly. I guess the biggest reason they shouldn't have glass there is if they like cheer. I don't know if they get too rowdy and they like cheers each other and the glass breaks. That thing's gonna pop. Like the glass is gonna like pop the thing.
But at the same time, you only live once, so I mean, you just take whatever glasses you like, and you just cheers all night long with them. You know,
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah. Somebody else commented when the show was on here that there's something went off in the back of my head. I don't know what it is, but it's probably not a good idea for you to have glass on that inflatable thing. Maybe because if you drop the glass in the water, you lose that glass, and if it's a specially glass, you're out like $100 glass.
It could also break the inflatable, I guess,
Exactly.
and then you can. I don't know what would happen after that, but it could break it.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about Chef Adam is he likes to use his hands on a lot of things. I don't remember Chef Matt doing that or Chef Ben touching the food as much as Adam does. Adam is like earthy. He likes to live in a van down by the river, and he likes to use 90s Bart Simpson one-liners. Cowabunga! Later, skater! All right, dude. Chef Adam is not afraid to get his hands onto the guest's meat.
Right, like he really knows how to cook meat very well.
And so what happened was the meat went out, and it went out to their table,
Right.
and they sent it back because it wasn't warm, which is actually funny because it was something that just happened to me. Is the meat? I cooked some spaghetti that we made last night. I recooked it. And I thought it would be warm enough because I turned the oven on for a supposed 35 minutes, my little oven. But that's the thing, that oven is being weird. When you push the on button, you have to make sure it actually comes on because it used to beep when you push the button, and I guess it's not beeping right now.
Oh, yeah. So you just have to know, like, what kind of ovens you have and, like, learn how to work them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I put the food down, and Mila's plate was cold.
Yeah, I told Gooch, I'm like, take it back right away because I'm not going to eat this because I'm as spoiled as everybody else on that ship, so...
Sounded like it. So she's buttering something, but she's really confused about it.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was a funny little scene there. So Adam takes a whole new turn on passive aggressiveness. They're like, we'd like food, and then Hannah's like they want entrees, and Adam's like, we're not giving them entrees. I'm going to give them a buffet spread, and they're going to damn eat it. And Hannah's like, well, I don't know. And Adam's like, they want damn food. I'll give them some damn fucking food. Like he's about to do something really grotesque or something.
He was insanely mad.
He was mad because they're being picky, and they're being picky by choice.
He couldn't control his anger, though. That's the thing. He couldn't.
Say that again?
I said he couldn't control his anger.
Why not?
Because he's just upset. He's irritated, and because everybody wants everything from him at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So the spread comes out, and beautiful little patties are slapped down in front of them. And right away, they're like, I need a bun for my burger, damn it. How am I supposed to eat a burger without a damn bun? And the guy next to him was like, you moron, shut up, stop. They're going to do something to our food if you don't stop complaining about everything. And the other person was like, the buns are coming. And Hannah's like, I've got your buns right here.
But he wanted toasted buns, though, at the same time, so he didn't want the ones that Hannah gave him.
They want everything. They want, like, fruit that doesn't exist, like schnozzenberries.
Oh, fuckleberry.
Want to say that again?
I said fuckleberry. Finn.
Fuckleberry hen?
Yeah, it's my favorite type of drink.
One fuckleberry coming up. So then they call Adam up and they say, we need to talk to... They say right here, they say, Adam... They say to Hannah, hey, get Adam up here. We need to have Adam tell her what she can and can't eat. Yeah. And so... of course, she's like, oh, Adam's going to love this. So she says to him on the radio, can you please tell them what they can and can't eat? So Adam's like, really? I'm about to stab somebody. He's got a knife in his back pocket, and he's like ready to like launch into one of these ladies' necks. And the lady says, well, I'm kosher, so I need to make sure that you haven't added butter to the croutons or anything. Adam comes up and just gives a thumbs up and is like, you guys are good. There's not one thing that's not kosher here. Yeah. And then he runs back downstairs, and they're working hard. They're doing their thing. The water toys are a pain to get out, and then, of course, we have Brooke with her. Brooke is feeling sad because she can't
get to her sister's wedding.
Yeah. So. Would you be upset with that if you couldn't get to a sibling's wedding?
I mean, I have no idea. Like, possibly.
Yeah, you'd be sad because they would invite you, and then you'd have to decide if you'd go or not.
Right. I mean, my brother's supposed to get married in Texas, but I'm not sure if his wedding's going to be this year or next year, so... when the time comes, I guess I'll decide what I'm going to do.
So one person says, I'd like a tonic water. And then the other person's like, I'd like club soda. And then the three other people jump in and are like, give me a strawberry milkshake. And then as the rest of the people are ordering, the guy shouts out, I want a straw and whipped cream.
Yeah. Shavit shalab for you. Says Adam.
This is for you.
Oh. For you, motherfucker.
And Adam's like, he's like doing a food channel thing. He's like, we have local sea bass for these people, we have steaks for these people, and we have grilled tofu for the veganites.
But there's only fish and meat for the normal people. And then he's like, are all shells Jewish?
No.
Oh.
Casey asks.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. That's the chick Casey. She said that. She goes, are all shells Jewish? And then Casey puts Hannah's expensive clothes in the dryer. And then Hannah says again, she goes, "Fuck my life," for the third time.
Yeah, so that's her catchphrase officially.
Right. Like she can't handle herself, so every 2 minutes she's saying "fuck my life."
Right. Well, that's the whole thing about it, is that she's nice with the people, and they're like, "Hannah, fuck you and everything you stand for," and then Hannah's like, "Oh, that's wonderful." By the way, that's banana here. I don't know why that won't work. Look at how cool that looks. Look really close. See that banana?
Oh,
that's the banana.
That's the real banana right there. I've never seen it before.
It gets towed behind either the dinghy or it gets towed behind a jet ski, and it's really fun. It looks like.
It looks like an awesome banana. I want to take a ride on it.
The first time I saw a banana was Hulk Hogan riding a banana on Hogan Knows Best.
Yeah.
The show came out in like 2009 or something.
I met Hulk Hogan in 2011. He's a very cool person.
Explain to us what happened.
His girlfriend was there. I couldn't do anything else.
He lowered his trousers and said, "Did you ever meet the little Hulk?"
Shut up, Law. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
He knows what's going on, brother. I always talk to it in the morning. What up, little Hulk? What you gonna do, brother?
He was really nice to me. We just had a picture with each other, and it was like thumbs up. That's it.
Very nice. I saw that picture.
Yeah.
He liked you. He almost traded in his new girl, Jennifer, for Loungtastic.
Mila Peel.
So we sat down and we watched an entire show together called Evil Genius, the most diabolical bank heist in history. And the title is slightly misleading on a couple of counts, but that's okay. I'll let that go. It turns out to be a great Netflix show, and we're at the point now, hey, it's almost July. If you haven't seen it by now, you probably heard through the grapevine that sure enough, it's the woman that was the mastermind behind all this. She was actually a mathematical and literary genius, and she came up with this idea to extort money from this bank, and they decided to use a pizza delivery man to get their money, because she felt she was owed $250,000 from the bank. Like she didn't get that money because her dad decided to give that money to the neighborhood people instead of her.
Right.
So she had expected it her whole life. So her response to that was to do a bank heist, and she got all these men to do her bidding, and she had complete control over her husband. And we come to find out that 3 men in her life were murdered. She put one guy in a freezer, and in the 80s she killed both of her love interests.
Yeah, the male strippers that she met at the strip club.
Was that true?
No.
Okay. Good enough. Close enough. See, I told you this would be fun.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
It gets better as time goes on. You get so much fun I'm having with it.
Yeah.
Casey, in her infinite wisdom, says, "Are shells Jewish? Like, can we have so I don't know if she's talking about the part of it where it's is it kosher, is it Jewish, whatever, but she's asking, and even if they weren't, I mean, it's a shell. You're out in the ocean. It should be it's fixins for a nice meal here. It's nice to have it sitting next to the fixins for this nice meal here is shells. A little starfish. Starfish! I love you, starfish! One day I was walking in the ocean, and I almost stepped on a little fella. His name was Starfish.
She could have asked if the shells were like German or like Filipino or Serbian shells, but she just had to say Jewish, so.
Yeah.
Probably because there are a lot of Jewish people on the ship.
And that prudish guy was like, he said to Hannah, he said, are the croutons cooked in butter? Did he rub any butter on the croutons? I gotta eat vegan, I'll eat the sea bass, but if there's any butter anywhere near me, it came from an animal, and that's against my everything. So Hannah said, I'll go check. And she went down. That's what she was talking about. Remember the part we saw at the end here where she said, where the guest says they were supposed to go check on things? Mm-hmm. Well, they did that like 9 times where the people said, can you go check on that for me? Right. And they never came back to follow up on things.
Yeah, I didn't really catch that, but that's good you mentioned that, Lawrence. That's awesome.
So Hannah dealt with all their bullshit they're dishing out, and as she's walking away, she says, I hate these people. And she has to go up to Adam and say, these steaks are cold, Adam. And Adam's like, no, They're not really cold. The people are complaining. They went from my galley to the table and all the way back to my galley, and they're still warm. And he plops a big chunk of his hand on top of their meat, on both meats, and he's like, no, this is warm meat. I've put my hand on warm meat before, and I'm a warm meat expert.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Adam really knows what he's doing, so that's a good thing. I mean, Hannah can trust him if she wants to, but she doesn't have to. Anyway, she goes, are the croutons cooked in butter? Because I must eat vegan. Well, Hannah, she also hates the people on the ship, and then she goes, never mind.
It's okay. Everything's good. And keep in mind, this is all happening in Procida, Italy, which is a gorgeous spot. I haven't been there. The closest I went, I flew into Florence from Frankfurt, so that was kind of cool. Ryanair used to have penny flights, so I only paid a penny to get there. And then I went to Pisa, Italy, where Leaning Tower is.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. And then I had to go right away because timing was off. I think timing really sucked. I think I got called in as I was in U.S. Air Force at the time, and they kept calling me in at the worst possible times.
That's horrible, because, like, you need good timing for everything in life, so, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of bad timing, Brooke is saying that she's going to miss her sister's wedding, so it really kind of sucks that she's going to miss it because she's got to work. She's making good money, but her sister decided to squeak in a wedding during her yachting time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, you never know. Maybe she could work around her schedule and get there in time. That would be pretty cool. So that she doesn't have to cry about it all day long.
Next time, if her other sister gets married.
All right, well, if she has two sisters, then that's better.
So, Brooke is obviously afflicted by this, and the guests are like, Brooke, you've been quiet. Of course, they've known Brooke for about 1 day now, and so they don't know if she's a quiet person or not. So they're all like, Brooke, you're quiet. And she's like, oh, no, I'm fine. And they're like, Brooke, no, you're really quiet. And she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm really fine. I'm fine. And they're like, and she's trying to walk away, and the people are like, no, Brooke, you're quiet. And she's walking away.
Well, she just didn't get enough sleep, you know. She's just been, like, working so hard on the ship. So that's why, like, she's in the mood that she's in, and nobody understands her. So
yeah. I'm happy to usher Honey away, and she decided to give the workers their run for their money on here because she could be cool. Guests don't have to be like this. Guests can be really cool. It can just be about something funny, like we've seen in other episodes, where be nice to the people serving you, and then you just give a nice tip, and then you leave. You know, you had a good time. You got to spoil some of your friends. So we're at the part now where the captain says to Conrad, did you get a nap in? And Conrad's like, yep, 15 minutes ago, yeah, I did the nap thing where you close your eyes. And then Captain Sandy says, well, you didn't get as much nap time in as Jow. You know why I like Jow? Because his name rhymes with wow. Wow, Jow.
and like Bow Wow too.
Like Bow Wow too.
Yeah.
We just high-fived. I like that. I like when she makes jokes. She's funny. Mila, you're very funny.
Yeah, I'm a comedian. That's my second job, but I just do it on the side for myself. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Casey is finally working, which is good because she was faking a sickness, in my opinion. Even when you're sick, you can still work. I know I've been seasick before, one time in my life, and I know how it feels, but you can still do stuff. You're there to work, and Hannah is not even supposed to be the one setting everything. Hannah's supposed to be laying back and telling the girls what to do, but these girls are so new that they're not able to answer the questions properly or pour the drinks right or do the right order. The women get fed first. Everyone gets explained what they're eating. So if they're eating like a beef tenderloin, they get explained that. Yeah. And I love that sauce that's on top. I could taste it in my mouth right now. It's like a wine sauce. On that cut of steak, to me, is heaven on earth.
I agree. But I'd have it on chicken because I don't like steak very much.
Okay, why is Adam putting steaks in the oven?
Because he's trying to cook the food for her.
I thought he already cooked the food.
No, the steaks are cold, she told him. Hannah says that she hates the people and that she said the steaks are so cold that he needs to cook them again.
These steaks are so cold that I got frostbite just by looking at it.
That's so fucking true.
These steaks are so cold that a polar bear refused to eat it 5 minutes ago.
Well, I went to Antarctica last year and I've seen colder steaks.
That steak was so cold that an ice cube refused to melt on it. That steak was so cold, I could make an Anthony Bourdain joke and it'd be less cold.
I don't agree with that.
That's on Anthony Bourdain. Hey, I miss you, man. I thought you were cool. I thought when you first got introduced to cable TV and to the big world 15 or 16 years ago, I kind of thought he was a little over the top. I thought he was acting. I wasn't sure if his past was real or not because I mentioned he had substance abuse problems, but I wanted to go with it. And I enjoy food as much as the next person. I've been too busy to watch his show. I work actually 3 jobs now, so it's kind of hard to get involved with watching any show. This show is hard to catch up on, this Below Deck show that we're reviewing here, but I get it in as much as I can. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to kind of imagine you're on a journey with them.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to do this one day, like sooner rather than later. Probably later this year, maybe like September, October.
Yeah, we'll do it September 15th. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty amazing to me.
Yeah. Adam is all concentrated on work. In time past, he's been able to kind of hit on girls who work with him on the ship, but this time it's all about getting the food in because he barely has enough time. So finally, Casey gets to do her job. So she's getting paid $100 an hour to pretend like she's puking in a bucket, which I didn't see anything come out. That's why I think she's faking it. Finally, they have a request for her, and they're like, "We'd like a Sprite, please." And her response really kind of irritates me because she's like, "Ah," and because all they want is a Sprite and a water. And look at her face. She's like, "Ah, okay." And it's like, what is your problem? You should be giving them first-class service. That's not service. That's like working at a fast food place. So she's kind of taking the easy way out.
I'm not sure if she knows what she's doing.
Good way to put it.
She doesn't know what her job is.
That's right. I think you're right.
Yeah, well, not everybody knows. She thinks she's a stewardess, but she's really not. Or she doesn't know how to work her job, so... Yeah. This is her first time. They mentioned on a couple episodes ago that she fudged her resume. Yeah. So she pretended like she was a barista at Starbucks, but the only thing she did is she likes a barista at Starbucks, so she put that on her resume as barista training. But all it really was is a barista saying, "Would you like an extra syrup pump?" And she said, "Yes, I would." And she wrote that on her resume. Barista aficionado. So here we have the banana. They're cruising down the lane. And I thought that's cool because you can fit like 6 or 7 people on the banana at once. And then the other little boat pulls you. I think it's called a dinghy. I'm not sure. Well, it's the little dinghy boat pulls you, or the jet ski can pull you along. So I find that really cool. Yeah, I think it's awesome too. I mean, you can go just enjoy the views for 3 hours. For 3 hours? Yeah. Just 3. Just 3. Not 2.5. Not 4. 3. Definitely 3 hours. So what do we have here? Oh, what the hell's it? Oh, Conrad and Hannah are getting to know each other, and they've already kissed once after their first outing, that first charter. They went out, and they're talking to each other. Conrad is distancing himself because he knows about Hannah's ways. She's kind of like a sneak. She sneaks up on all the men on the boat. She has one drink, and she automatically becomes a horn dog. She's extremely horny off one drink. She can't handle her alcohol, so... Yeah. See the K-cup thing? Yeah. That's cool. It's a design. It's like an X and Y chromosome. Definitely. I think I lack a few of those chromosomes. I think I've got 18 chromosomes. I only have the X's. I have a dud. I'm a guy. I don't know what he has. So prior to charter, Hannah told... What's her name? Casey. Oh, Casey. Good job. So prior to the charter season... Hannah said, "Whatever you do, I have delicate wares. I have hundreds of dollars worth of designer clothes that can't be ruined. And you can't put them in where you put the other clothes because they'll ruin them." She has Gucci, she has Fendi, she has Prada, she has Versace. I have a lot of Versace, too. She has Kate Spade. That, too. They're on a huge ship. It's called Talisman. Good job. Wow. You're starting to become a good one. Yeah, I'm really good. You just don't know it yet. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then we see a captain, and she's trying to navigate the ship. And you get to see the views of all the beautiful buildings in Italy, wherever they're at. I think they're in Provincia now. Oh, that's right. It's Provincia, yes. And there's a yellow, just a lot of yellow buildings there that are really pretty, like apartment homes. And pink, not just yellow, pink too.
They're doing a lot of hand signals, which is kind of funny because this captain likes all the hand signals, and Captain Lee says he doesn't want people to be doing hand signals, which doesn't make sense because hand signals are part of the process. Captain Lee wanted everybody to know what's going on at all times without having to make a hand gesture. Captain Lee thinks it's fruity for a man to make a hand gesture to show that the anchor's up and they're coming in and the lines got thrown up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how fruity it is, but, I guess Captain Lee has his own thing.
So they're coming in now to the port, and they're backing it in, because that's how you do it. You back that ass up when you're going into the port.
Yeah, definitely. You have to do that. Otherwise, you can't get in.
So Conrad looks like he's back on track now. Maybe he and Hannah finally got their nut off. So they're here, and they're lining up with, I forget what those are called. Do you know those are called cleats? I think they wrap the ropes around the cleats in order to have the ship from moving while they're in port. See, I've never been a seaman, so I don't know. I almost joined the Navy. I definitely wanted to join the Air Force, though, instead. I figured my lifestyle would be better, and it was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Got to stay in a 4-star hotel all 4 years in the military, so that's good. After basic. Basic training was a bunch of sweaty men, stinky, disgusting.
Yeah.
And then I got my first duty station after tech school was a 4-star hotel. And we had a cafeteria, so my favorite thing was to eat omelets in the middle of the night because they didn't close the cafeteria until midnight or 1 o'clock. So 11 o'clock at night every time I would go in there for the night shift guys. Mm-hmm. So I would go in there at 11 or maybe closer to midnight and get an omelet. And the girl was real friendly. It's an actual Air Force job as an omelet maker.
Oh wow, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. If you talk to someone who's that job, they'd say it's services. Services is a job. When in reality, it's it's one girl's job to make omelets, and she was happy and smiling. And now, when I say omelet, they had everything. It was an omelet bar, so you get to pick everything. They had everything you could possibly put in an omelet lined up.
What, like shredded cheese, and avocado.
Shredded cheese, avocado. Mushrooms, onions, chicken, beef, steak, all that stuff was just lined up, and you just told them what you wanted in there, and they put it in. So here we are. Oftentimes on the show, they get a tip, and it's in a big, thick envelope. In this case, it's a small envelope, and we're led to believe by the preview here that coming up on Below Deck, a crappy tip is given. And of course, we've been tricked 19 times before on this show because we always think it's going to be a crappy tip by the way the editors make it look. And it's usually always an excellent tip. Well, in this case, they sit down for the tip meeting with champagne for some reason. That's weird that they're drinking champagne because Captain Lee wants it to be all military organized, whereas Captain Sandy wants it to be relaxed and cool and everything. So they sit down for the tip meeting, and Captain Sandy Yon says, you kept a smile on your face the whole time. They put you through the paces. They really put you through the ringer there. But you know what you did? You took your naps, you smiled, and you polished that banana. Thanks, Jow. I caught you. I know you're in there polishing that banana. So what I want to offer to you is $12,000 tip. Yeah, it's a little low, but guess what? These were hard guests.
Definitely. I mean, you have to deal with some hard times in life, and on this ship, definitely, they're really hard to please, all of these people, like Casey, Colin, Josh, and Hannah.
Mila, who's your favorite person on the show? Who do you relate to the most, and who do you think needs the most improvement?
Well, my favorite person would have to be Chef Adam.
Sure. Why do you like him?
Because he actually knows how to cook his food. And then the person that I think needs to improve the most is the baby that whines all the time.
Who's that?
Her name's Casey.
Oh, Casey's going to write in.
It says she's a baby whiner and a puker. So she just needs to work on herself, and she needs to work on her health too.
defiantly. So here it is a $12,000 tip. Hannah can't believe it. Hannah's been doing this for 7 years, and $12,000 is way too low for a 3-day painful charter like that. Captain Sandy is an optimist. She's like, "Hey everybody, smile, it's great. We went to a great summer camp on the boat. There were no pirates. There was a banana. There were smiles, and most importantly, there were lots and lots of naps."
Yeah, I love sleeping too. Naps are really, really good.
So Hannah stands up and says, "Brooke's sister is getting married, and Brooke is going to be scrubbing the latrines from 4 to 6 in the morning. So let's all give her a thumbs up and a cheers, mate, to her sister, who is going to be experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime, or maybe twice, marriage."
Maybe. Some people get married twice, it's true.
So the girls are getting ready, the boys are getting ready. Best part of Below Deck is the fact that after all their hard work, after all the roughness, they get to go out and enjoy some shenanigans. They have their own party bus, chartered by Captain Sandy. So Captain Sandy sends all these people to town, says, come back in one piece, don't kill anybody, don't kill yourself, be friendly, don't insult each other's earrings. And Adam says, "Oh yeah, we're all festive. Look at Brooke and her hooker earrings."
She definitely had hooker earrings on, but he didn't have to say it like that.
She kind of laughed, but we found out that the reason she didn't punch him in the face is because she has a crush on him. Hannah says, "Out of all the boys in the ship, who do you like?" And Brooke said, "I like Adam because he knows how to cook food, and the quickest way to a girl's heart is through her stomach." Where's the quickest way to a girl's heart?
I can't answer that.
So we had a great time watching this, the first half of Below Deck Mediterranean. The season was great. I think that there'll be a lot of interesting times to come. Who knows how the next charter guests are going to be, but I think it'll be cool.
We had a lot of fun today. Bye. Expect a lot more from us. Thanks for listening to our first podcast. We really love the support and love our fans give us. If you have a minute, check us out on iTunes and leave a review. And if you don't want to do that, maybe next time you're talking to your friends about similar subjects, you could mention that you had fun tuning into the Loungtastic podcast. And we can get a fun interactive community going on. Really. That's all. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support. And if you don't want to do any of those things, it's okay. We're really happy you're listening. Thanks.